Yo. 1, 2. 1, 2. Let me know you can hear me loud and clear. 1, 2, 1, 2. It's your boy. It's your boy. I'm back. I'm back with another live event. What is going on, people? What is going on, my people? Hold on. Let me make sure we good. Let me make sure we are good. Coming in the room, audience. Come on in the room. My people, my vacay fam. It's your boy, VACAY-J, back once again with another live event. That's right. We are talking about Bel Air today. They just dropped another 3 episodes. We're going to be talking about episode 4 today, and it's called My Brother's Keeper. Am I my brother's keeper? Y'all remember that, right? Y'all watch New Jack City? You know, Wesley Snipes, Nino Brown. No? Yes. Yeah. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. Okay. It's a good movie back in the day. New Jack City, you know what I'm saying? Back in the day, Wesley Snipes, all of that. All right. You know what I'm saying? Alan Payne, before he went to House of Paint. It's House of Paint? Yeah, House of Paint. Yeah. Check that out. But we're talking about Will and the fam today. If you're coming through, if you hear me loud and clear, let me know. Let me know. Hit that like button for me, fam. Tap the screen if you're on your phone. And yeah, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get right into it. Bel Air. Look, I don't know if some of y'all watching it or not, but if you are watching it and if you've seen the episode, definitely stick around. If you haven't seen the episode, go and watch the episode first, right? Episode 4 of season 4, the final season of Will, right? And the whole family. And come on back to the video, like the video, and definitely comment. As I'm gonna go through the episode, fam, and give you my first reactions to what went down in this episode, fam. So we're gonna get it started, fam. And I could say this episode was pretty good. It was a pretty good episode, man. I wasn't really mad at it at all. You know, a lot went on that I was just like, wow. I was pretty like I won't say impressed, but I was just like, wow. Like there was a lot of wow moments for me. So we're gonna get into it, fam. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. Your boy, let's see here. Let's start right here. Okay. So it starts off, the episode starts off with uh your girl Lisa, and we see Jackie is back, fam. Jackie is back. So we've been asking about Jackie. Jackie's definitely back. So we're happy to see Jackie. She looking good. You know what I'm saying? And they driving real crazy, and these guys are like changing clothes in the back. So we don't know what's really going on. You know, my first reaction is like, oh, they trying to get away from something. Did something happen? Like, what's going on? Where they changing clothes? What's up, party people? Thank you for coming through. Hit that like button for your boy. And so I'm really like, yo, what is really going on with these guys that they're in the back? They're changing. I don't know what's happening, right? Don't know what's happening. So they switch up the scene, and they go to a scene where Will is kind of like talking about his stats and talking about, yeah, I scored this many, this, that, and the third, and I don't know what he's talking about. It sounds like he's doing a speech, right? I thought he was doing a speech or something. I didn't know what was going on. But come to find out, Carlton is helping him put together this whole letter to all of these coaches because, again, remember, kind of Will kind of I don't want to say he gave up on basketball. I want to say he kind of took a break to focus on black cess, right? So Will, of course, Carlton and Drew is the other guy's name. They focused on black cess, the clothing line and everything. Y'all remember from last season, if you remember last season. So he took the summer off. That means that he wasn't playing ball. No coaches was looking for him because he wasn't on the court. You know what I'm saying? So he's kind of late to get back. Now, based on the last episode, his father kind of inspired him to kind of get back into like, yo, don't stop playing basketball on my account. He got close with his pops. Pops about to leave, go back to Philly. And yeah, he's going to get another job, but he inspired Will to say, hey, keep playing ball, man. Don't stop playing ball because of me. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got a better relationship. Do what you got to do. Right. So now Will is really trying to get back on it and get these coaches to look at him. Now, again, he's kind of late in the game, but Carlton, being that Carlton is pretty good at putting words together, whatever, whatever, he's helping them with his letter, and they're attaching his highlight reel of Will playing ball on the court. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. Maybe we can get something going, but it's kind of late for Will to kind of be in the game doing what he needs to do right now. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? Not what you think, though. Not you. Not you. not you, buddy. You know what I'm saying? Thanks, but no thanks. So, what do y'all think about this? I mean, for me, it's kind of late for Will, but hey, keep hope alive. Will, keep hope alive. All right. So as we go further along, we see that what do we see here? Yeah, so they're gonna send it off, highlight reel and the whole nine. Okay, cool. Here's my first reactions for the show. So your man, Uncle Phil, he's out and about. He's getting physical and all of this and that. He's punching the bag. He's kind of getting his stress out, right? You got a baby on the way, unexpected baby. You got Aunt Viv, she pregnant, but she looking good. And he like, yo, you making pregnancy look good. I'm like, you see, I like that. That black love right there. You know what I'm saying? Positive reinforcement, and she's like, yeah, I'm about to go to this whole like pregnancy thing. He's like, yeah, I hope you can find some pregnancy partners. She's like, please don't call it that. And then the girl's supposed to be coming over later to hang out with Viv for some, pampering time, right? He's like, okay. And he don't look too happy about everything because she mentions it. Well, today's the day when you and Jeffrey, I'm calling him homeboy now, man, because this is a Jeffrey that we did not expect. But today's the day for you and Jeffrey to kind of figure out how you're going to launder this money through these businesses. And he just kind of looks at her like, did you have to really remind me? You know what I'm saying? like for real. And then we see that Carlton got his email about the college that he wants to go to. All right. So he calls everybody in. You see right there, you got your girl, Hillary. She's still on the island. She's still where she at? Costa Rica. She went somewhere. Right. So they got her on the phone. They about to make a decision. Where's Ashley at? Where's Ashley? That's the one person I don't see. Why is Ashley not there? What happened to Ashley? Are we now excluding her from the family events? I didn't see Ashley this entire episode. Like, what the heck is going on? All right, let me know. You can hit me loud and clear, fam. Appreciate it. So turn around. He's about to open up this email to find out if he went to Princeton, right? Princeton? Yeah, Princeton. So he's like, maybe I should do it by myself. They're like, go ahead and press the button. So he presses the button, and it's taking a long time. And Carlton, man. Carlton has anxiety problems. Carlton's like, maybe I didn't get in. And he's like, nah, keep positive. Boom. Pops up. He's accepted to Princeton University. So yes, Carlton hopefully will be going to Princeton. Yes, he's been accepted. So that means he's in there, right? Okay. Okay, cool. We're talking about Bel Air. So they let him get into Princeton. And everybody's celebrating, of course. You know what I'm saying? We're happy, we're happy for him. I mean, he's worked really hard, right? He's been through a lot from his addiction and all of this and that. So we're happy that Carlton has gotten into Princeton. It's only right. Thank you, Carlton. But you already know. All right, fam. I hate that, man. I put it on Do Not Disturb, and it's still, when the voicemail comes up, it's like, what the heck? Let me know you can hear me loud and clear, fam. Let me know you can hear me loud and clear still. All right. So Carlton was celebrating Carlton. We're like, great. And now we're like, all right, what happens next? So we see that it's like early decision day, right? People have been applying. What's going on? I appreciate the love. Thank you for the love. Hit that like button, fam. I appreciate the love. Let me know you can hear me loud and clear. Let me know I'm good. And it's early decision day. Again, we're talking about Bel Air season 4, right? Episode 4. And we see your girl Lisa and Will and Carlton, and she's like, congratulations. Will is still trying to get in. And she's like, "Yeah, it was kinda sketchy there, man. It was real sketchy. What's going on? I see you, family. Thank you for coming through. Thank you for hitting the hearts. What's up, my man, DeMarcus Vaughn? Salute, salutation, and salutatory to my guy. Let me know you can hear me loud and clear." So, yeah, she's like, "Yo, man, it was kinda sketchy, B, because y'all got arrested, y'all went to court, y'all got your licenses suspended." And they're like, "Yo, don't worry about it because we're gonna be part of this program." You know what I'm saying? And once we get through this program, we're gonna get our license back. I'll be back on the road. It is what it is, right? So they celebrating, they're happy. I'm good. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. How you doing? All right. And they just like, all right, cool, 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 cool. It is what it is, right? So I guess this is the dean. She's the dean of students or whatever, or the principal. I guess she's the principal, right? This is high school. Ain't no dean of students. But this is high school. And they're celebrating. He's thanking her for how she's like, congratulations, all this and that. It's like, cool. And he's like, listen, I got a matter to discuss. Can you come see me on your free period? And I was like, oh, she'll see. There's always a catch. There's always a catch in this show. You know what I'm saying? I just always wait for the other shoe to drop because there's always something going on. So she's like, "Yeah, I got a matter to discuss, Carlton. Can you see me on your free period?" Right? So Will is like, "Yo, what's that about?" And he's like, probably nothing, right? So then we go to Aunt Viv. And Aunt Viv is talking to the younger mothers again. She's an older mother, right? She's already had 3 kids. She's having her fourth kid. And she's kind of teaching these kids, these younger mothers, like, "Oh yeah, you got a snoozy. You don't need that. Just lay the baby on the belly, boom, the baby gonna fall asleep." And she's like, "Oh, okay." Then they walk away. They kind of like down on her because she's like speaking kind of like a different language to them because they're used to, the high society. You know where you at? You in Bel Air. So you got these ritzy, ladies who pretty much they're housewives, right? They don't gotta really work, right? They're like, "Yeah, I got a snoozy," and it's like, eh. Viv is like, "What's that? What's that? What's up, my man? Lawrence reporters in the building. What's good? What's good?" Yeah, man. And she just kind of putting them on, and they're like, "Yeah, she's in a different decade, yo. What decade is she in?" Oh, we say, Carlton, get it together. Exactly. Aunt Viv has some old school tactics. Exactly, bro. You know what I'm saying? She's like, "Yo, that work. Just go ahead and pump it because you're gonna need the rest." They like the doctor said I can't pump my breasts. I ain't even gonna go. I ain't going there. I ain't going there. Dr. Brayson, the guidance counselor. Okay, she's the guidance counselor. Thank you, brother. Thank you, Dr. Basson, Dr. Basson. All right, Dr. Basson. Thank you, brother, for always coming up with the joint. So, guess who she runs into? Aunt Viv runs into Erica. I was like, word. Wow. Erica is pregnant. Whoa. So I'm like, okay, who she get knocked up by now? That was my first thought. Like, Erica, but she be trying to take somebody's husband, what I'm saying? Like, what husband did she get knocked up by? That's what I was thinking. You know what I mean? Like, okay, but nah, she said she froze her eggs and all this and that, went through that IFG, whatever it's called, NG, whatever it's called. Y'all know what it's called. And she got pregnant. Uh, you know, Not the old school ways. You know what I'm saying? There was no insertion, there was no love making. It was just I froze my egg, they give me boom. This is the one that caught. So she about to have a baby by herself. I was like, well, okay. All right. So, oh, what you say? She said Erica's so fine. She is fine. Even as a pregnant woman, she fine. I'm like, dang, okay. You know what I'm saying? Got all chest all greasy. So, man, I was surprised to see her, but they have the conversation, and Aunt Viv was like, "Oh, congratulations." And she's like, "Oh, congratulations to y'all. I heard y'all got pregnant. I was going to reach out, but look at her face. She's like, I was going to reach out, but Erica, your ass shouldn't be reaching out to nobody about nobody's baby, about none of that because of what you did coming on to feel like that. You know what I'm saying?" So she's like, yeah, so the younger mothers here, they talking a lot of trash showing off, but trying to keep up and all this and that, right? So at this point, I'm feeling like she's trying to connect with Viv, right? I wasn't even gonna say reconnect because there was no real connection, but she's trying to connect with Viv. And Viv was like, all right, good to see you. I'm out. My reaction to Aunt Viv was like, it's only right. Like, it's only right that you act like this after this lady tried to come on to your husband. It's only right. I ain't gonna be mad at you. I can't be mad at you. Would you say, DeMarcus says, welcome, Bel Air, Jill Marie Jones, aka Tony from Girlfriend, aka Pam Gordon. Okay, I'm gonna remember Pam Gordon. Thank you. We're gonna talk about her in a minute because that got real spicy, which I like for my boy. I like that for my boy Jazz. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that. So my reaction to her acting like that to Erica, absolutely valid, normal, and the whole nine, right? So Will turned around again. He sent out like 50 emails to coaches and all of this and that, assistant coaches, whoever, to try to get into USC, right? And USC is very competitive. And he's talking to his coach at Bel Air. He's back on the team, playing ball in the whole nine. And he's like, Coach, you got any advice? Because I didn't hear back from these guys. You know what I'm saying? He's like, yo, whatever you're doing the right thing, but you got to be a little bit more creative. So Will is trying real hard to, get some type of notice from these coaches, man. But again, it's so late in the game. I kind of feel sorry for him because now he's really trying hard to do something that he should have did like months ago. Like this is the last year, right? This is his senior year. He should have been doing this all summer as far as sending out, his highlight reel, right? So your boy Carlton, boy, he goes after it's his free period. Time to go see Dr. Basson. Thank you, DeMarcus. And welcomes she welcomes him inside. And who's sitting there? Your girl Amira is sitting there. Why is Amira sitting there? I was thinking, yo, did she like tell on him? Did she like, say a lie about him or whatever the case is? You know what I'm saying? Because you remember like the whole prom thing, and now she's here at Bel Air. She wasn't going to Bel Air before. She came to surprise Carlton. Carlton going out with another girl to prom and the whole nine, right? So I think she got over that, but you never know because that's the first thing I thought. I was like, oh, she got mad about this girl taking him out and him doing her the way she did. He wasn't straight up with her, even though they had a conversation. Dr. Anderson played Sheila and Love Jones. Okay, cool. Man, Love Jones. Jeez, I love Love Jones. We say Gavin White symbolizes Hank Farley, aka Sayek Kozark from Fresh Prince. Jesus Christ, my guy. I appreciate the details. So they in the office, and I don't know what's going to happen, bro. Like I'm thinking of everything before it actually goes down, right? And she then is talking to Carlton and says to Carlton, and this is where I got kind of pissed off at Carlton, right? She says to Carlton, yeah, Princeton called and they were excited to have you. Congratulations again. And the guy that called said that he's excited, and he did mention how you had an OD situation where you ended up in a pool. And I'm looking at a mirror I'm like, I got my popcorn out. I'm like, word? Wait a minute. That wasn't Carlton. That was a mirror that OD'd and was in the pool, and they saved her and got her out of the pool. Y'all remember that, right? So I'm like, bruh, like this is not good, right? This is not good for Carlton. I'm thinking it's not good for Carlton because gonna find out she wrote an essay. Amira wrote an essay and probably mentioned the fact that, she OD'd in a whole nine. Turn around, Dr. Basson. It's like, well, one thing we don't tolerate is plagiarism or whatever, stealing somebody's story. We work with integrity, right? Talking to him. The writers did a good job because I swear they was going to get on Carlton. I was like, You lying motherfucker, man. You lying, and you lied to the Princeton guy just so he can like be like, oh, okay, let's let him in because he's overcome, all of this and that. Nah, man, it didn't even go down the way I thought it was gonna go down. Turn around, man. Dr. Bassett says, I'm disappointed in you, Amira. And I was like, what? Amira? Yeah, I need you to write a better essay next time. I was like, dang, you a foul mother freaker, boy. And again, it's her story, so I'm not mad at her for telling her own story. That's something that happened to her. That was part of her overcoming something. But the Dr. Basson thinks that is his story and that she's lying. I was like, ah. And he just sat there, ain't say nothing. I was like, Carlton, you are a jackass, B. I can't even respect you, dog. Like, you a super jackass, man. Of course, she's like, you have anything to say? And she walks out. She's like, nope. She ain't say nothing. She ain't rat on him, nothing like that. I was like, damn, you a better person than me, Amira, because I would have been like, well, your ass is lying about my story. That's my story. You know what I'm saying? Check the records, check the hospital records, just check the ambulance that picked me up. She's a better person, boy. But again, she knows that he got into Princeton. He runs after her and says, hey, Amira, I'm sorry, da 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 da. Like, are you gonna tell anybody? She's like, I don't know yet. I don't know yet. So now you got your boy Carlton on pins and needles, and it's only right because he lied and said that was his story when it wasn't. Carlton, you a jackass, bruh. You terrible, terrible. So anyway, your boy again is trying to get into college. He's trying to get into USC. He's trying to get into all these other colleges. They looking at these basketball players, and Lisa's trying to help him out. And Lisa's on some like, well, oh, I see this guy right here. He's like, oh, you think he's fine? Da, da. It's like, nah, but he is from Philly, right? It's like, oh, this player's from Philly. I need to check him out, see what's up, hit him in the DMs and see if we can catch up. Maybe he could talk to the coach for me. And she's like, yeah, maybe I can slide in his DMs too. And Will is like, well, I'm gonna slide in the DMs for both of us. So, it was cool that she helped him out, and we're gonna find out what happens. We're gonna find out what happens. Again, I like Lisa for him. So it's pampering time, right? Ladies come over, they coming over to chill with Viv and her pregnant self, and here we go. Enter in what's her name? What's her name, DeMarcus? Let's see. Where's she at? Is she right here? There she is. All right, what's her name, DeMarcus? You said Pam what? What's her name? Pam Gordon. Okay, I see it right there. Pam Gordon is her name. And what's her name? Remember her name? She been in like all the seasons. But they there getting pampered and all this and that. Pam Gordon is like, I guess she works for the government, right? He's like, yo, she asking like, yo, you got some weed and all this and that. She's like, nah, the government don't provide weed, but I got, off the record, I got some stuff in my pocket. She a wild chick. She wild, dog. She wild. And they're like, they're like, Viv, you mind if we go and chill? And Pam Gordon, go and chill and all this and that. And Aunt Viv's like, nah, go ahead, do your thing. But from what I see, man, Aunt Viv, she kind of feel like I think she kind of feel like she missing out because she pregnant, because she can't do what she normally does with her girls. So this supposed to be like girls' time, and she would probably usually do that and smoke a, you know what I mean? But now that she pregnant, she can't do that. So it is what it is. And just the freedom. Joan and Pam Gordon. Thank you, bro. Yep. We say now Lisa is a hot girl. Now. Yeah, now she's she's not auntie material anymore. She's not auntie material because they was getting on her, right? So now here we are, man. Here we are at this program that these two are supposed to attend. And Will thinks that it's gonna be like super easy, they're gonna do like pick up garbage and do whatever programs, like rehabilitation programs, for teenagers or whatever. He think it's gonna be a super breeze. And Carlton's like, man, I'm taking this serious, man. I got my iPad. I gotta pass, man. I gotta go to Princeton. You may want to play with your life, but I'm not gonna play with my life. I need him to speak a little bit more nerdy, like the old Carlton did in Fresh Prince, but he's not as nerdy as the original Carlton. You know what I'm saying? So then this guy comes over and he's like, "Oh, you think it's gonna be easy, huh?" He's like, "Yeah, it's probably gonna be some middle-aged guy. He's gonna tell us what to do, and it's gonna be old school tactics or whatever, whatever." And he's like, "Hi, what's your name?" So what's his name? DeMarcus, get ahead of this. What's his name? We know him as Snoop Dogg, but he introduces himself as who? What's his name, brother? We say Jill Marie Jones played the role in The Shy. Yes, she did. Said Bash and Bash. Yeah, that's not his name though. What's his name? All right. Snoop Dogg is the instructor. He's like, yeah, I'm your instructor. And you think it's gonna be easy? It ain't gonna be that easy, bro. It's not gonna be as easy as you think it is. You know what I'm saying? So he goes up there, and of course, Carlton is surprised. He's like, "Oh my God, we didn't mean anything." So what's his name? Leroy. That's right, Leroy, aka what? Leroy Carter is his name. Okay, he's playing Leroy Carter, aka Snoop Diggy Diggy Dog. Right. So he going up there like, yeah, it ain't gonna be easy. And your accountability partner is the person sitting next to you. And if he fails, you fail, you fail, he fails. You got to hold each other accountable. And he's going to this whole speech and everything like that. I'm like, okay, all right, that's cool, whatever. But he cursing his ass off. That's the thing. That's funny. He like, y'all motherfuckers better get it together. Like he talking like he Snoop Dogg from back in the day. You know what I'm saying? But he turns out to be an okay dude. He turns out to be pretty okay. All right. So of course he's like, listen, don't make this a reunion. He said, my one thing is don't make this a reunion. I don't want to see y'all motherfuckers again. Once y'all go through the program, y'all pass. I don't want to see y'all again. Like he was super raw, super, unfiltered, which was funny to me. Which was funny to me. I like that. You know what I'm saying? I like it a lot. So uh Leroy Carter, aka Pastor Swift. That's right. Pastor, I forgot. Man, BMF, Jesus. I forgot about, like, I'm slowly but surely wiping that out of my mind. Right. So here we are. Double trouble. Jeez. Jeffrey, Uncle Phil. This is definitely taking a dark turn that I did not expect. I did not expect Uncle Phil to be complicit and compliant with this arrangement. But again, he agreed. He says, we're going to do it my way. And again, this is a more, like he's doing it to protect the family, of course. He's also doing it so they won't unalive Jeffrey. He's also doing it because he don't want to be unalive himself. He don't want no harm to come to his family. So he has to do this or they're going to make things hard, like they did. Now the girl, did you get her name, DeMarcus? Noma, right? We know her as Noma, which is his real wife. That's his real wife. That's the leader of the cartel. Excuse me, not the cartel, the syndicate. See, in England, it's the syndicate. Over here, it's the cartel. But she's the leader of the syndicate. And yeah, you remember she got Will and Carlton arrested because they bashed up the Jeep. So anyway, these guys are now coming together to strategize to work out what businesses they're going to use in order to wash this money, to launder this money through it. All right. All right, there we go. So they go through it and said, okay, we're going to use the laundromat, parking lot. What was the other two? There's like three more. The laundromat, the parking lot. They try to get this like mini mart, but the guy was like, nah, I don't want to do it. Right. They got something else. Laundromat, parking lot. There's something else that we use all the time. But it's like five things that, Phil was like, we're going to use five businesses to wash it. I want it to be washed real quick. I want to get it done, get it out, and nobody even knows about it. And they just went on the map and said, we're gonna do this business, this business, this business. And they go through it. And I'm like, okay. Your man Phil know what he's talking about, man. He know how to wash money. He's like, all right, we're gonna take it through. These guys, they're struggling in business. So we're just gonna give them a loan or just give them some help or whatever the case is, but we're gonna take part ownership of it. I'm like, wow, wow. This kind of reminds me if you ever watched the TV series Ozark with Jason Bate. If you ever watched that, this kind of reminds me of that because that was all about money laundering, right? So Uncle Phil knows what he's doing, man. I was very surprised and kind of like, how you know all this, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't just a lawyer, huh? You know what you're doing. You definitely know what you're doing. But these people are signing their life away. And yeah, man, they making it happen. You know, your boy Jeffrey's like, yo, you sure? You sure you want to do this? He's like, yo, like even he was, the saying was, do you want to do it? And Jeffrey's always like, well, nothing goes wrong under my watch. Right. So, all right, Jeffrey, if nothing gonna go wrong under your watch, it is what it is, man. You do what you gotta do, bro. All right. So they talking and they come out of this thing, right? They come out of this program, they're taking a break. I think it's probably like a 2-hour break out of this whole program that they're in. And they're like, yo, be back on time. You got 3 strikes, you're out. Right. So your boy gets a DM. Will gets a DM from that basketball player from Philly that's on this team, that's in this college that he wants to go to. He's like, yo, what's up? All right, cool. You from Philly? Come through, hang out. And Carlton's like, nah, we can't hang out, man. We got to be back. Da, da, da. He's like, yo, we ain't going to be there for long. I promise. No, this is for me. And of course, Carlton going back and forth like, yo, man, you playing with your life. Da, 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 da. And he's like, listen, I'm going. The Uber's on the way. Will already got the Uber. He's going to go out there and do what he needs to do. And Carlton's like, all right, wait for me. Right. So they go to that party or whatever. Right. So let's see. Let's see. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. So Lisa goes over to the house, right? And she walks in. She's like, "Hi, Aunt Viv. How you doing?" Viv don't look pregnant right there. Maybe it's just the outfit. And the outfit looks good. Thank you, my brother Demarcus, for keeping the stream clean, my bro. Appreciate you, bro. And yeah, so she walks Lisa in, and there is a young lady sitting there. Now, again, we asked